Every day we generate a lot of waste with the stuff that we produce and that we consume, and we set a big focus on recycling waste. But is this all that we can do? There must be better ways. And today I want to have a look at the waste hierarchy and how you can use that for your business. The waste hierarchy is sort of a pyramid standing on its top. And the upper part is the part that is better, and the lower part, well, it's getting worse with all the steps that we have a look at. And at the upper part of the pyramid, there needs to be avoiding waste. So if you produce in a way that there's not much waste coming up, or if you reduce packaging and avoid packaging, well, you are avoiding waste and you're getting rid of the problem altogether. So that must always be the top priority. Then the next would be how to reuse that waste. So if you can reuse packaging, if you can reuse it to keep it in the cycle, that will also help the environment much more than recycling. Recycling is somewhere in the middle only. So reusing will be the next step. And for the reusing, there can also be seen some sorts of upcycling. Upcycling is when you use a waste product and bring it to a higher purpose or to a higher usability than it was before. So instead of throwing it away, and by the way, there is no place called away, so waste needs to go somewhere, we need to put it somewhere, and we need to have concepts for all of that. Also in the reusing category, I see the composting on site. So if you have food scraps and you compost it at your site and you can reuse the compost that you generate for gardening, for plants, in-house plants even, then that's also some sort of reusing valuable materials. The next step down the pyramid would be recycling itself. Because recycling still needs a lot of work. You need to sort everything, then you need some energy to recycle, and there's different ways of recycling, of course. So you have different amounts of energy going into it. Some of it is better for the environment, but still for all kinds of recycling, you will need energy and you will need some work to sort, to clean, to make it recyclable. But now we're going much further down the top standing pyramid, and the next category would be then burning waste for energy, waste to power, waste to heat. There's a concept around that, and it's still better than not using the waste at all. However, of course, burning stuff is not the best option for anything on this world. We should know that by now. And then, of course, the last category would be landfilling the waste, and that I think we don't need to discuss too much. The places where we can fill waste will be limited, and there's also always the big risk of pollution. You may have big storms that blow away some of the waste and distribute it over the land around it, or you may have some flooding, and this you can see in coastal areas where sometimes flooding or huge rain showers flooded some of the waste from landfill into the sea, and you could find it afterwards all over the coastal areas. For all of the upper categories of the pyramids, so the reducing, reusing and recycling parts, you can probably find several ideas within your company. And if you want to know how to do this, I can recommend you to watch my video about idea collection and what to do with the ideas then. And if you want to set up a whole sustainability strategy for your company, I would recommend you to watch my playlist, which is giving the overview of which steps you should be doing and how each of these steps looks like.